welcome back to the Nudelberg Daily Huddle. I hope everybody had a day filled with love yesterday. I know I, for one, did. It was beautiful. I got, just the most thoughtful gift ever. It was tremendous. I was very blessed.
Yeah, it's awesome. It was cool. It's, and I think I enjoy this part of social, getting to see everybody else celebrate their Valentine's Day and see what they were doing and how they were celebrating with their kids and their family. So it was very cool to see.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because your brother posted something, and today is going to be about LinkedIn. We're going deep. We're going to do wall and haul. So
Correct.
If you've never seen it, you want to make sure to stick around because it gets better.
Got some good ones.
But Jake has been on a tear. His creative juices are all over the place. He posted about like getting a Valentine's note from his mother.
Yeah.
How
cute picture.
Amazing. It's just, a simple little share like that. He got a lot of great comments, a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's just people, just get intimidated by being themselves and having a conversation. You prove it every day. I've been proving it for years, legitimately, every day. And we'll talk about all the goods and bads of it. I see Coach Mike Mack is here. Happy birthday to Coach Mack. Shay, do you have some birthday music teed up for him?
Oh, wow. Quick audible. He did not have it teed up, no way at all. But absolutely, I'm sure.
I just got to scroll down and click.
All right, if it's not there, it's not a problem. I was thinking about it.
It's here.
It's here.
Here we go.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, no, we want to celebrate. It's your birthday. Your birthday.
Happy birthday, Coach Mike.
Yeah, it's so good to celebrate with your fellow huddlers. I really want to rock and roll today. I know you put together some wall of shame.
I keep track of all of it, right? And it's like, as soon as you're like, hey, let's go with some wall and haul, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I've got some really great ones.
I want people to learn today. This is not about bashing people. It's just about how oblivious people can be and how ridiculous they look on the other side. So Shay, wake this mother up.
I found that it's pretty easy to impress a 16-month-old. Brought home flowers and she was like, whoa.
Yeah, Jules 10 months. Could not care.
Harder from there. Shay, wake us up.
All right. Oh, and I can scroll back up.
Wake up, everybody.
So before we kick into gear here, John makes a very good note. I am unable to get those texts from my mother. So, enjoy them while you can.
Yeah.
Both ways. Send it to your mother because that's really your first Valentine. I know, being with Helen last night, her Jake texted, called, was all over it. It
makes me feel like a really bad son. I did not text mom yesterday.
You've been busy, son.
It's been a little hectic over the past couple days. So.
Lots on your plate. So I want to start out with a conversation. So I have a great friend and client, Scott Hyman. He's in the energy business. We do a lot of cool stuff together. So he texted me yesterday and he goes, hey, do you have a few minutes? And, generally speaking, clients have us on demand. It's one of the cool things about working with us. So I said, sure, whatever. I followed up and he said, how you doing? How's it going? All this stuff. And he goes, I want to bounce something off of you. And I go, okay. And you never know what's coming your way. And he said, I get a call from my dad. And my dad proceeds to tell me, I think there's a problem with your LinkedIn posts. He goes, me and the other siblings don't understand what you're doing. You're traveling and you're showing people where you are. And, it looks like you're spending a lot of money. And he went into all of this shit
Yeah.
And so Scott was filled with emotions, and I asked him if I could share this story. So it's cool. He was like, what do I do with this? I was angry. I was disappointed at all of this shit. And I said, and he said, I want your take on it. I know where you're going to go, but I want your take on it. And I said, if you want to be a thought leader, if you want to do things that other people won't, you got to put up with people throwing rocks.
Yep.
There's an inherent jealousy for people who get out in front of it.
Yeah.
When I started doing this, people would say to me, man, every time I open up LinkedIn, you're there. And I go, I won.
I mean, I don't know that there's a better example of that than what, Scott McGregor shared with us about what people commented on his post about his missing son. Like, if you're going to you got to understand, when you put yourself out there, everybody's going to have an opinion, right? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them. So like, you got to deal with it, and I think, understanding that, hey, that's okay, that's your perspective, or that's the way you feel about it, and having a grounded understanding of why you're doing what you do, then I think, you'd let people just kind of what they need to do and feel the way they need to feel, and it is what it is.
Jake posts this. This comes right out of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which is just a tremendous read. It's so delightful. It's so funny. It totally gets in your head, but you can't be an important, life-changing presence for some people without being a joke and an embarrassment to others. Right. So, this is the hardest part for people to get over when understanding what LinkedIn is. We try and explain it. The way I explained it to you is it's a real networking event that's happening 24 hours a day. It's happening, no geographical boundaries. You can come and go as you want. And people are walking around with, hi, my name is Steve. I went to the University of Florida. I like long walks on the beach, and I'm a Cancer. And, so, this is unbelievable. Could you imagine going to a networking event now, where a physical one, where people, first of all, are wearing the badge on the wrong side? It's supposed to be follow the hand. Okay. I get crazy about it, but you don't know anything about them. Why would you want to show up in anybody's life without them knowing who you are and what you stand for and what you represent? I just still don't get it. Yep. And that's where, I added something to I'm on a little soapbox, sorry, but I added something to my presentation, which was FOFO. It's not fear of missing out. It's fear of finding out. If you knew what we knew, you wouldn't show up that way. You look like a moron.
Right. And Joy talks about man in the arena, and, like, if you're not in the arena with me, then your input doesn't matter to me. But I think it goes back to the idea of when you go into social media, it's about having everybody like you. Or in business, you feel like everybody is the right fit for you. You should be able to do business with everybody. That's not a reality, right? Like, I don't care what aspect of your life. I don't care what industry. I don't care whether it's sales, whether it's you're marketing yourself on social media. You're going to deal with people that don't agree with you. Like, look at my post on Monday. Like, there are people who went berserk because of what my opinion was. And like, that's okay. They can think that. I'm allowed to have my perspective. You're allowed to have yours. And doesn't mean that anybody's right or wrong. It's a great conversation that should be had. So, I think if what I'm doing offends you personally, you have the opportunity to not watch, not pay attention, or maybe do the work to figure out why something that I'm doing that has nothing to do with you bothers you.
Yeah. So those were my exact words to Scott. I went through the same thing with another client who is entering the leadership space in the insurance world. And he's like, nobody else in my company is doing this. None of the higher ups are doing it. And I go, you want more, you got to do more. You got to show up differently. You could take that same roadmap and not get what you want if you're willing. And this is the truth about life. You can have anything you want if you figure out what you're willing to give up. Right. So this uncomfortableness. So I thought we would start out with a great song. Rihanna was amazing. The stats are in. Second highest watched halftime. Her streams went through the
Yeah, forget about the stats of watching. What her business did after that was absolutely absurd. So 17 songs in the top 40 on Spotify. She gained 3 million Instagram followers, and searches for her beauty product Fenty went up by 833%. That's absolutely astronomically absurd.
Can't even buy that. You can't buy those.
But she didn't buy it. She didn't get paid for it either. You know what I mean? Like, it was free. She did the work for free. And there's no amount of marketing, there's no amount of ad spend that she could have gotten that would have given her those numbers. She had to do the work for free, got offered the opportunity to step on the biggest stage, and took advantage of it in a really great way.
But
like,
she showed up great. So there's so much good that's happening with social media. That's a good example of the power. And there's my man, Tim, who I was talking about. Way to go, Tim. Way to be here. Great post yesterday. But I thought we would take one of her songs because what's happening on the bad side is disturbing. Bring on Rihanna.
What's wrong with me? Why do I feel like this?
Nothing heard, nothing said, can't even speak about it. I'm my life, I'm my head, don't wanna think about it. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close for comfort.
So the other thing that is circulating around the internet right now is ASL interpreter Justina Miles. If you guys have not seen her performance of doing the sign language for Rihanna's show, highly recommend you go YouTube that, because that's something that's getting passed around.
Wild.
The NFL shared it. She was ridiculous. She was animated. She was energetic. I mean, you know, hard to match Rihanna, but she did everything she could through sign language to match Rihanna. Attitude. It was super cool.
So let's jump into what we have affectionately called the wall of shame. Shay, give us some music if you would.
So there's probably some people here that have never actually seen this segment, don't really maybe understand where it stems from. So this is a teachable moment for all of these people who have tried to connect with us on LinkedIn and have done a very poor job of showing up with any kind of relevance or any kind of personalization. And so understanding that we look at LinkedIn as a networking event, an in-person event, and we talk about how you show up to people. These are teachable examples.
So I would love for you to start with the young lady from Vidyard, which we love Vidyard.
Shay, did you happen to be able to download this? Or okay, awesome, fantastic. So I get this email from Vidyard, a company we use and that we've been in a partnership with. She said, notice you were exploring a partner opportunity with Vidyard back in 20 and 21. Curious, since then, is video for sales already on your radar? She shows a video, right? And the background of her video is my LinkedIn page. In the banner, it says leveraging video for sales. And she asked me, have you ever thought about using video for sales? You gotta be kidding me. How oblivious could you possibly be that you could be on my LinkedIn page and not see that I taught a class
Here's
about
the best
leveraging video.
Send it to Jake first.
Right? It's unbelievable.
The same exact video. She did zero homework. She had no idea. She is cold calling through email. She's just taking the same,
Correct,
and blasting it out. She's paying no attention. She
And
is just
so
trying to transact.
this is a point in my book, which I learned from
Whoa,
football,
whoa,
which
whoa.
if you take new technology and you use it in an old way, there's no point in using the new technology, right? So if you're using video, but you're using it with an old philosophy or an old tactic of showing up cold and not doing anything to help yourself, it's a waste. It's an absolute waste.
I love
So just ridiculous.
Jay, I have a couple of doozies. Start with the one where the girl actually tries to pick me up.
Yeah, bachelor's degree at Mercy's College. Hey, handsome, how are you doing? Good Lord.
Just seriously, like what?
I just, what does that person think on the other side as you send that? Because I'm always trying to, and look, like there are people that I'm interacting with right now that I haven't interacted with since 2019. And I look at my outreach to them. It's not great. Like, it's not that. It's not horrible. But I was fresh in. I was new. I was gung-ho. And sometimes I'm like, ugh, like,
Well,
that's
look,
not really the way I wanted to show up.
Jake tried to engage her just for the sake of conversation. And so he told her to up her research and told her that we have done events with
I
video.
tried to coach her up. She went right. So over, not even listening. Are you interested in video? Right.
So we haven't thought about it. We just did it with Vidyard. Thank you.
So this is what I'm going to be talking about on Thursday is she's a BDR. She's a business development representative. She's responsible for nothing other than trying to create pipeline opportunities, yet they don't teach them anything about what it really takes to earn the right to do any of that.
My boy, Matt.
That's the glasses. All right.
Shout out to Matt, who went on his dream trip, bucket list to the Super Bowl, came up a little short, but they're going to be very, very good. So here's another one. Go.
Yeah, this is how I respond to everybody who sends me a blank invite. Love to know how you found me or what made you want to connect. You must have been connected or commented on one of my connections. I'm just trying to build. Does anybody see any value in connecting with this person? Like, you can't help me reference who you might know that I know. You can't help me reference what showed up particularly, and you're just trying to build. It's about you. What makes me want to engage with you about that? Absolutely nothing. That guy gets deleted.
Shay, show me any one of the ones I gave you. I don't care. Just, so this is great. Hi, my name is Trey, and I'm the founder of Fit Techniques. I'm interested in talking with you about your personal development for your mind. We have a unique
I'm interested in talking. We have a unique, right? If you like, it's unbelievable. It's all about
suggesting
you.
that I might be on the fence about a comeback. Again, zero homework, because if you follow
Watch
me,
any of the huddles.
you see, we talk about mind and body. We're all about it. I could be a great testimonial for her if she says, hey, I did my homework. I saw you were into health and fitness. Love to have a conversation with you to see what you think about my product. Not, we have the best. You're unbelievable.
Sure. Right. Like, what do you know about me? And hey, I'd love to learn more about what you're trying to do. What we do might help you be able to do that.
I mean,
what you want to talk about?
We could put her on the show. It's just stupid.
And so that to me is like, we're easy targets because we put out a lot of content that should make it really easy to figure out whether or not we would be a good fit for you. For people that it's hard to get to, you got to use that commonality. You got to do the thing. So I think when we teach people, we always teach to lead with the commonality up front first. But if your commonality happens to be something that's a fastball for what you do, it's not bad to include that. It's not bad to say, hey, I noticed you're in the market for this right now, or you're in the space and doing this. I'd love to have a conversation with you about what you're doing to see if I could help.
Any other one of yours that
I don't know, just put one up, Shay. I don't know. Yeah, like here you go. Like this is even, oh my God, hey Mark, You don't know me yet, but I'm hoping to change that. I'm looking to grow my network with some cool people. If you're open to that, I'd love to connect. Now, mind you, right? Some people might say, oh, this is, they're just trying to grow with you. They complimented you. But look at his tagline. I help experts scale their online programs without building any funnels. I already know why he's trying to connect with me. And he didn't do anything to tie any real relevance to me. It's generic, it's garbage, and it's lazy. That's really what it is it's lazy.
So we'll switch gears, but before we do that, Jay, who we know is very bright from being on the show, is very handsome. And as Matt said, it's the glasses, man. It works
hard to be.
Jay, give me the Hall of Fame, because there are some people doing it right.
You go find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you two examples, and then we're going to go overtime for sure. But the first example, show me Ben. So Ben comes in, thanks for the invite. He comes in without a note. Okay, he's uneducated, but he didn't try and come up with a bullshit thing. Yeah. Nothing is better than bullshit. Ben, thanks for the invite. Saw what you did with Globe Life Team. That's who I spoke to last Monday and Tuesday. The reason why we post is that it gets shared with audience that you would never meet. Right. He saw it. Brian and Matt, who were the decision maker, are friends and business partners. I go back to him. Awesome. If interested, happy to share what we talked about. We went through it. He bought 20 books that I signed yesterday, right? And I have a virtual coffee with him next week to talk about working with his team.
I love it.
I didn't even know.
Right.
Came inbound. This is what's happening every day if you do it right. So kudos to Ben. Thank you for that. Mark, show us one.
Yeah, go ahead, Shay. I don't know what you're going to show, but show me. So Andy, right? So he got, hi, Mark. Hope all is well. Your dad came in and has done a few trainings at our class over the last couple of years. I follow you guys on LinkedIn and thought we were connected before, but I guess we weren't. I enjoy what you guys do. Definitely have learned a bunch. Love the approach. Like, I don't know Andy. Andy knows you, but now I know Andy. So now there's, unbelievable opportunity to build relationship through somebody by asking a question. And he didn't go, oh, well, I'm just looking to connect, or I know your father. He gave me real context. And great, Andy, let's have a virtual coffee. Love to talk to you. Driving conversations out of the platform.
Fantastic. Shay, give me overtime. Or not.
He's got it.
And we'll go to overtime.
So
I feel for him. He's scrolling the sidebar very fast right now.
Give him a heads up. I said we're going overtime. So this one's fantastic because it's from somebody we worked with. And this is the follow-up. Hope all is well. I heard OTB might be coming back, which we are. I just started implementing heat mapping in my daily and she saw someone that I know.
Right.
Appreciate you and any insight you can. Do you happen to have a good relationship with Manny? I do. Manny is head of scouting for the Oakland Athletics. So, you want to know how shit works? UKG Corporate is talking to me about doing a tour for all of their offices. I sent this back to the girl that I'm working with and said, this is why our training works, because it's sticky. This isn't bullshit. She did her homework. Best way to get involved is with an introduction. So
I love the fact that it wasn't even an introduction to the exact person she wanted to get to. It's an introduction into the building. She goes, he may not be the right person for me, but odds are he knows the person who is and can direct me. So like the referrals, right? Like we talk about it as the number one way to drive
somebody in the building, and I consider the building virtually. Anybody that works there, they're a click away from introducing you.
Correct.
In the building wants to meet somebody in my building. Okay, good. I'll do that for you. No problem. It's crazy.
Shay, what else we got? Brandon Carney, saw your most recent post regarding how people reached out to connect. Hopefully I get the chance to connect, as I am curious to see what gets the attention of successful people like yourself. Also, I'm just looking forward to dig into more of what you do. Have a blessed day. So he saw me post about how people were just pitching me. came in and said, hey, I hope this gets through and passes the filter. Love it. Absolutely in for a
Clearly
virtual
paying attention. Clearly
Exactly.
paying attention. So this is not gimmicky. This is not how can I fool people into taking a meeting. This is pure, unfiltered. Are you willing to have a conversation or not? You know, the process we put together, I tell people, is goof proof. You know, we're going to start working with Locality Bank and Lindsay and, you know, that whole group over there. And I had a conversation with Keith and I go, it is goof proof.
Yep.
I said, you know, he wants to do a lot with us, which I'm excited about. I said, I'll tell you what, if it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back. I go,
Right.
You got to do everything I say. And if you follow the plan, you and your team follow the plan. If it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back. He goes, how can I say no to that? I go, that's how confident I am because it works. You got to do the work. And if you do the work, it's never been more enriching. It's never been more fun. It's just, you know, and anybody can do it.
Oh, by the way, and anybody can learn it now. We've never made it easier or more accessible for people to be able to do it at your own pace. You don't want to work directly with us. You don't have, you know, the resources or the time to work directly with us. Join the Get on the Ball community. It's never been easier. Join people like you who have the 1% better mindset, understand how to drive conversations out of the platform. It's really just that simple.
I got to go because it's time to spam people on LinkedIn and tell them, you know, please buy GOTB.
Have a fantastic Wednesday. We'll see you guys at the end of the week.
If you are living in the Broward area, tomorrow you get to see Mark Nudelberg live, laying down some tracks about the difference between biz dev and sales. And there is a wide chasm there that you
can find. If you go to my posts from today, you can find ways to sign up. Walk-ins are welcome there. So excited to see everybody tomorrow at 11:30.
There's Michaela, that's 2 days. Michaela, that's 2 days in a row. We had our call yesterday. She's dialed in. She's ready. And she goes to Auburn. I said, listen, she went to Auburn. I go, you could build a business just on Auburn. If you want.
War damn Eagle. War damn Eagle. Awesome. Have a great day. Let's get down to business.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business.